Continuing today with my series on the continental grip, I'm going to talk about balls still in the short court, but balls that are near the net, closest to the net, and balls that you need to scramble or run to pick up. Now, the continental grip is by far the best grip for those type of shots, simply because the racket can get under the ball effectively. If I'm using any other grip, and I'll demonstrate here with a semi-western grip, and I'm trying to get under this ball, look at how much I've got to turn my arm and my wrist, and this is very inefficient. If I put the racket in a continental grip, this is very easy now to reach to get down to a low ball. But today I'm talking about balls that you're a distance from and you need to move forward to. The racket pulls you to the ball, and using the continental grip, it allows you to get there and get under the ball and successfully get it back into play. Any other grip, it would be very difficult to get under that ball and try to hit it from below the net and get it back into play would be very difficult. The continental grip allows you to scramble, get under the ball, and place it back over the net. Now, it's no fault of yours if you have trouble using the continental grip, or if you tend to orient the ball right in front of you. I think other sports encourage that. If I'm catching a ball, I catch the ball in front of me. If I'm playing basketball, I receive a ball in front of me. Soccer, I've learned to stop the ball in front of me. Sports, a lot of sports orient and teach us to use our body to orient with the ball. Tennis, the ball is away from our body. So it's very often that we see people volleying in this position with that semi-western grip, more of a pancake form. It's fine when you can adapt to that, but again, these lower balls, these balls that are out of reach, are going to be very difficult to reach and handle. The continental grip is where that makes it possible. So let me demonstrate. A ball that is out in front of me that I have to move towards, I'm going to let the racket lead me or pull me to the ball. It's like a dog on a leash. You know, I'll toss this ball out, we'll let it bounce a few times, but I'm moving to it with that racket in front of me, and then I make contact. Again, let's look at that. That ball, maybe it's dribbled over the net and I need to reach it. The racket pulls me to the ball. That's very important. A ball that dribbles over the net, if I'm running and my racket is behind me, I have no reference. I have no idea when I've reached the ball, and then I tend to swing. A good way to look at this is think of the ball as eggs and you're catching them in the frying pan. You've got it below. I don't want to swing across. I need to be below the ball and come up. Let's look at that again. So again, a ball that's a little distance from me, the racket pulls me to the ball, I'm under, and I hit up. Here at the net, if I'm coming to the ball and maybe it's struck the net and it's dribbled over, the only position that I can hit this ball is a cross-court ball. And the way to look at this is I need to hit it in the longest distance possible. The shortest distance would be going back over the net this direction, and oftentimes I'm just going to hit it right back into the net. I need to use the longest length for my success. So a ball that dribbles over the net, my best shot would be across the court as far as I can, keeping the ball on my side maybe a little bit longer before it crosses over, so that when it lands on the other side, it's barely into the court and challenging for my opponents. So let's look at that. Again, if the ball is dribbling over the net and I'm coming and I'm reaching for it, I'm down below, and then I'm going to hit across the net, which makes it a lot more easy. The length of my shot increases my success. If I try to hit it directly over the net and right in front of me, it can be done, but it's very difficult and hard to control. Let's look at that again. So the ball has been dribbled over the net and I'm coming towards it. My racket leads and I'm going to hit across the court. Here I come from a distance. You'll see me enter the screen in a sec. The ball is so low, but I'm below it and I'm hitting across the court. Again, I can only do that with the success if I'm using the continental grip. If I'm using the semi-western and I'm coming up for that ball, I can't possibly turn my hand enough to get underneath it, and my wrist is in a really bad position to try to hit that back over. So that ball dribbling over, or that ball that is so far away and I'm coming, I'm under, and I'm hitting across the court. Let's try that. Remember, if you are leading to the ball, if you're going to the ball, the racket leads you there. It's like a dog pulling you on a leash. If your racket is behind you and you're running at the ball, we think of this as the superhero. We say, don't be a superhero. This is your cape flapping in the back. And if you're going to have it there, you're going to end up swinging at the ball, or you're not going to be able to get underneath it, and you don't have a reference point. The racket in front of you leads you there. We can use the same technique in the backcourt with our continental grip for a ball that I'm stretched to receive. So maybe I'm using my Eastern grip and I'm swinging at a ball and I've hit it nice and deep and I'm waiting for a ball to come back, and my opponent hits a ball that's quite a distance from me. I can't get behind it in time to use my Eastern grip or my semi-western to get there. So just like a ball that's dribbled over the net, I can change my grip to a continental grip and move to that ball with the racket leading me there. Oh, that's a little bit too far. With my racket leading me there, I can get underneath it and put it back into play. It allows me to put a ball back in defensively. I like to give it some height so I have time to come back into the court. But it's not a desperation shot at this point. It's keeping the ball in play. And the continental grip affords me control and depth, where if I kept my other grip and I did get there and I tried to swing, there is a sense of urgency that I need to put more on the ball and strike it harder. It doesn't have to be that, because if I add or do more to my shot, those are two dirty words in tennis to me. If I add to my shot, if I do more, my errors go up. And if I'm in that desperation mode, I may make the shot, I may not, but if I'm not ready to be at my end, I need to change my grip to continental as I'm stretched for that ball, reach it, hit it back. Now I can put my grip back into my deep court rally grip, whatever that is, semi-western, Eastern. Maybe I'm only using continental. Continental can be used everywhere on the court. Continental can also be your backup grip when my other grips aren't working. I've missed a few balls into the net with my semi-western. Well, let me go to Eastern. I've missed a few balls with my Eastern. All right, let me go to continental. Now at least I'm placing the balls back into the court and I'm feeling that rhythm again that, okay, I'm ready. I can get back into my Eastern grip. And I've hit that well. I'm gonna put some topspin balls. I'm using my semi-western grip, and it allows me that continental grip to stay in the match, because I don't want to swing harder or put more effort to try to correct something that's not working, because that makes my errors go up. But today we were talking about that continental grip and that use of the continental grip for balls that you're scrambling to. The ball is well in front of you, and to get there, continental grip and the racket leads under the ball and strike. Give that a try. See if it helps you with your game.